What is going on, y'all? Goofy Rexy here, and hope everybody is doing well. And welcome, guys, to the weekly headliner update, week number 33. Now, if you're new to the weekly headliner, this is where we discuss what is upcoming this week in Marvel Strike Force, and then we also recap those important topics from the previous week as well. Now, this week is a patch week. We're going to talk about expectations and then what could come here. Shang-Chi, he looks amazing. Can the Heroes for Hire team finally counter Infinity Watch? And then we're also going to talk about RTA Changes. Do we like this new setup? Have they finally fixed RTA? We're going to talk about this and so much more, guys, on the weekly headliner update. And we're going to start right now. All right, welcome back, guys. And if it's your first time coming to the channel here and you would like to see some more Marvel Strike Force content, then consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, the notification bell so that you will know when my videos do go live. And then down below, guys, in the description, there's a few of the links that are there. One where you can join my Discord. There's also another link where you can follow me on Twitch, where I do stream Marvel Strike Force and also stream some Future Revolution content on a weekly basis as well. My Facebook link and also my Twitter, where you can follow me there. I also do post stuff there also. And then my Patreon link, that's another way for you to support my content here. So take a look at that. And Amazon coins, if you're looking to save some money here on your Marvel Strike Force in-game purchases, that's what I use whenever I'm making any sort of purchases in game. I'm able to save up to 20% here, so do take advantage of Amazon coins and take a look at that down below. But let's start off with the first topics for this week, which are going to be our blitzes. We have 2 character blitzes this week. I don't even know why I say that, because obviously you got 2 character blitzes this week. That usually is 2 character blitzes. All right, I'm done. But the first blitz is going to be for Agent Coulson. That is going to be for tonight, which is Monday night. And then we have Moon Knight. Moon Knight is going to be on Thursday. Seems like Moon Knight has been showing up a lot more frequently. We just had an RTA pass, or we have the RTA pass with Moon Knight featured right now. And then we also have a blitz with Moon Knight featured on Thursday as well. So don't know what they're doing here. Don't necessarily know what the implications are, but either way, opportunity to grab some Moon Knight shards here. Maybe if you don't want to buy the battle pass and you want to try to see if you can grind out getting 100 shards for Moon Knight here, you can do so. Or if you want to double up and get more shards, you can go hard on this blitz as well. Now, in terms of blitz prediction numbers, I don't think Coulson's numbers are going to be very high. He is in the blitz store. You can get him fairly easily, right? But I do think for Moon Knight, there might be some players who are definitely going to be going and trying to target getting some good charges. So I'm going to move myself to the middle just so you can see a little bit more of the percentages on the left-hand side here. But these numbers would seem to be pretty right. So I actually was shooting for 4 to 10% for Negasonic. So we're using her comp here to sort of predict what could potentially happen for Moon Knight. Keep in mind that you're going to actually get blitz prediction numbers in the Discords on Thursday. So do take a look at that for your Moon Knight targeted numbers here. But this kind of give you a heads up. 44 million was the cutoff for top 100, where look, well, 100, yeah, one top 100, top 1%, 22 mil, 2 to 3%. 14.4 for the 10%, which is where I shot for. I got about 6.6 million and was able to get 4 to 10%, get those 45 shards, which now puts me about 5 shards away from actually getting Negasonic to 7 stars. So definitely not, well, it wasn't hard for me to get there, but I understand that not everybody's roster is in the same place. So you're going to be shooting for different numbers based on where you are in the game. So do take a look at these numbers here, plan it out on your roster. Like I said, I think Moon Knight's going to be the more important character to blitz for. Happy blitzing. Hopefully you don't have to set timers, guys, and this could be a relatively easy blitz rotation for you. All right. Yes, I know. Why even talk about Star-Lord? Well, the legendary event is happening tonight, guys. It's starting tonight, and there's still some players in this game that desire to get Star-Lord, so therefore I'm going to talk about them briefly. Right, Star-Lord is not a great character in Marvel Strike Force anymore. He was once a recommended character for new players. About a year and a half ago, things have changed so much in this game now, where the Guardians of the Galaxy are not great anymore, except for one character. There is one character, Gamora, who is a Guardian character who's amazing, but obviously you're using her part of the Infinity Watch team. But congratulations to those who are going to be getting Star-Lord tonight. It is something that's happening this week, so I do want to say that. Remember, you do need your Guardian or Ravager characters at 5 stars in order to be able to unlock him. So like I said, congratulations to those who are unlocking Star-Lord this week. Another event that's going on is that a flash event that's returning is going to be Chaos Theory. Chaos Theory is where you can get those coveted silver and those gold promotion credits, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, you need your Wakandan characters to be able to do so. There is going to be a double drop event for the Wakandan characters that are currently in those campaigns. So your Black Panther and then your Okoye, so do take advantage of that. And Baku and Killmonger, they're in stores. And obviously Shuri is a legendary character, but she's a permanent legendary now. So you can, once you get your Sinister Six team or Spider-Verse characters to 5 stars, you can go ahead and unlock Shuri as well. Keep in mind, if you're new to the promotion credit or the Chaos Theory event, just keep in mind that you only need 4 Wakandan characters for the first 4 tiers. And once you get to tier 5, you do need 5 Wakandan characters. And mostly that Wakandan character that you're usually missing is probably Shuri, right? So just do keep that in mind. Double drop events happening this week for Chaos Theory. But now let's go into the topics or our patch expectations that we're looking forward to this week. Right, so probably one of the expectations that we have this week here is for this new Warriors team. So we got information already on Deathpool last week. Kit looks amazing. Looks like she's going to be definitely a recommendation for your Doom Raid team, your Doom Mystic Raid team here. She looks fantastic. But we got this picture floating around. Actually, a few different social media platforms from Marvel Strike Force, Twitter, Facebook, I think YouTube as well. There was some information. There was some stuff floating around with the rest of the new Warrior characters, which we expected to be Cloak and Dagger. So this is Cloak here, and then of course this looks like Dagger. This looks like the footage of the images for them here. Now Valley Flying did cover some information here in this video. Cloak and Dagger confirmed, and he asked a question: are the new Warriors the Secret Avengers team? So we're definitely expecting that new Warriors are going to be they're all going to be Mystic characters, and that you're going to be able to use them here in these Doom raids. So that's the expectation that we have so far. Hasn't been confirmed yet, right? We know Deathpool, but we don't know about the rest of the new Warriors team, so we're going to have to wait and see where that's concerned. But definitely there's a possibility. The Secret Avengers, we saw in the last patch, it looks like they're creating these teams now that are going to be good in these Doom raids. And honestly, I'm looking at this from the perspective of not just Doom raids, but I'm also looking at whether or not some of these characters are going to be effective in things like Dark Dimension 5. Now, that's a little bit later on down the road. I don't want to rock the boat yet on that, but those are some thoughts that I'm having as well. Are some of these characters now going to be Dark Dimension 5 recommended characters? But we're going to have to wait and see here. Deathpool, we know that her event campaign is going to be on the 20th of this week. They mentioned that in the blog post of this past week already, so we know, and there's an expectation there. Save your cores so that you can go land this amazing damage dealing character. Especially if you don't want to spend any money on Deathpool, then this is definitely the way to go, is to save up those cores and then to do your core refreshes for that campaign event. So we're probably going to see in the patch what the events are going to look like, who the characters that we're going to be able to use here for the event campaign for Deathpool. Now, next, another thing that we're also going to be expecting here as well is going to be Shang-Chi. So we got this is going to be a 4-character patch, right? It's going to be the new Warrior team, Cloak and Dagger, Deathpool, and then we're going to have Shang-Chi as well. And Shang-Chi looks amazing. He's going to be a part of the Heroes for Hire team. And from the perspective, from just looking at on paper right now, they're definitely going to be more of a problem. So right now, really, with your 4-person Heroes for Hire team with JJ, your counters were Infinity Watch and then Shadowland. I will say this: it doesn't look like Shadowland is going to be a viable option against Heroes for Hire anymore. They mentioned it right down here. We recommend pairing Shang-Chi with his Heroes for Hire allies as he makes Iron Fist ultimate ability, the Iron Fist, undodgeable, in addition to activating Luke Cage's new taunt mechanic. Gaining taunt when a Heroes for Hire ally drops below 60%. So this ability here, I usually get away with not having to deal with that ultimate, because remember, Iron Fist does attack the highest damage dealing character. Usually for me, that is White Tiger, and she usually has that evade on her. Well, unfortunately, that's probably not going to work anymore, because this is going to be undodgeable, and that Iron Fist could potentially completely delete my White Tiger. So therefore, Shadowland doesn't look like an actual viable option anymore against this Heroes for Hire team. But then the question becomes this: is Infinity Watch still going to be viable against the Heroes for Hire team, and we're definitely going to have to see. There are definitely some concerns that I have with Heroes for Hire versus Infinity Watch, but I think ultimately Infinity Watch might be fine, but there are definitely some things there in Shang-Chi's kit that definitely made me question that. Now, traits-wise, Hero City skill brawler Heroes for Hire. I wish that he had the Mystic tag. I wish that they actually kind of just went on the same frame here of Mystic, but I guess 4 Mystic characters in one patch. Once again, I'm expecting that the new Warriors team, that they're going to be Mystic as well. I guess 4 Mystic characters in one patch probably would have been a little bit too much, right? So him having a skill tag here, I don't know, in the MCU, it looks like he was definitely more Mystic. The 7 rings, I don't know, it looks like he was a little bit more Mystic, but it is what it is either way. But this right here is the reason why I think that he's going to be so deadly against potentially could be deadly against Infinity Watch. It's his ultimate ability here, Way of Fury. It's a low energy cost, 3 for 3. And then my Jamaican accent just came out. I just said tree for tree. Attack all enemies for 450% damage, plus 75 additional damage per positive effect from the primary target, and then reduce speed bar for all enemies. Now, this section of it goes up. Okay, my bad. On war defense, this actually increases from the 10% here, reducing the speed bar by all enemies by 10%. This actually increases up to 20% instead on war defense. And then he actually does 100% additional damage per positive effect from the primary target instead of these 75%. So it's good to know that this actually works outside of war defense as well, that there's some good usage outside with that ability outside of war defense, but definitely better on war defense. And if you're using your Infinity Watch team, you know that they always have a lot of positive effects: death proof, the safeguard, immunity. And he's going to be able to get this here on turn 1. So this could definitely be a massive problem for the Infinity Watch team. Now, there's a revive mechanic. There's also Adam Warlock, who, yes, while he's doing a good amount of damage, there's Adam Warlock, when he does have his full Infinity Watch team, he is lowering damage by 10% for all enemies. And then they also do have this increased 30% armor. So there's a possible opportunity. There's a possibility here that they might still be fine, but it just might be a little bit of a closer matchup when you have Shang-Chi on the team. They're going to be faster. Remember, Misty Knight, she fills their speed bar by 20% herself and all Infinity Watch allies. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. We're going to have to see how it works out here, but it looks like Shang-Chi is going to be amazing. So curious, there's extra crit. I didn't even talk about that. There's crit. There's all these different things. You can read the kit here. I'm probably make a future video just going to go over Shang-Chi's kit a little bit later on. But as of right now, just wanted to talk about just how amazing this Heroes for Hire team is definitely going to look here. So Power Leap, definitely a concern. They're creating these Power Leap characters to counter these other Power Leap characters or these other OPTs. So definitely interested to see how things move forward. But that's definitely a few things that we're expecting here on this patch. Right, and in terms of additional items there that I'm thinking that's probably going to be a part of this patch is definitely the player level 85. And they mentioned this in the 2021 preview, updated 2021 preview for the rest of the year here, that the player level 85 is going to be introduced. So they're going to be increasing the player level 85. They mentioned here down as well that this improvement will assist in getting through some of those challenges that are particularly daunting. Unlike the level cap increase last year, the next iteration of Gear Tier 16 will come at a later date. So I definitely expect that they're probably going to be increasing the player level to level 85, and because they're going to be pushing off the Gear Tier 16 update to later on, I'm expecting that they're probably going to be doing at least the level player 85 right now in this upcoming patch. We also know that they talked about this infusion of gold. They mentioned this here a few blog posts ago, that they're going to be raising the amount of gold, increasing the amount of gold that you're going to be getting to 8.1 million gold per month. They've already done the first half of that, so I'm expecting that the second half of that now is probably going to be rolling out at this point in time in this patch as well. So a few more things that I'm definitely thinking are going to be happening. At least the second half of the 8.1 million that they were supposed to be increasing, and then also the player level 85 cap as well. So that's something that I'm also looking forward to here. Now, I don't know, I guess them pushing off the Gear Tier 16 is probably because they're also pushing off these Doom raids, which mean, or they're going to be introducing this new Doom Ray 2, right? So it looks like they're probably going to be pushing that off a little bit later on. So I expect that Gear Tier 16 and that Doom Ray 2 is going to be coming around the same time. So we're going to have a little bit of time here before we have to kind of dive right into that. I do think that there are going to probably will hold off on some of the, they might implement some of the orange gear economy changes, but I don't think that they're going to be given everything that they said that they were going to be giving here, or probably all what they have in their mind of giving, until probably this new Gear Tier 16 is introduced as well. So a lot of things that we're probably going to look into. They did also talk about some of these RTA changes, and RTA is actually changed currently right now. So if you realize, this new iteration of RTA, which started on Friday, looks a lot different than what it was before. So they talked about moving more to this sort of knockout format, and this is not going to be this is not patch related, but they've already changed some of this information already. So they've moved more to knockouts, where you only actually have to get 20 knockouts per day in order to be able to complete your dailies, and then also win 3 matchups in order to be able to complete your dailies as well. Now, if you actually want to complete all of the 100 objectives for your RTA, your battle pass, you actually have to do 30 knockouts or get 30 knockouts per day in order for that to happen. So do keep that in mind, that don't just go for the dailies, but also go for the additional. I think, yeah, if I'm doing the math right, I think you do have to at least do 30 of these every day in order for you to be able to get all the objectives. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of the way that that's the way I kind of mathed it out. I realized that when I mathed it out, though, I didn't consider the win 1, win 2, and win 3. So that may actually take up for it. But overall, it is taking up less time in my day to get through RTA. I can pretty much just throw Kestrel with, you know, Axeman and kind of get through it. Now, I don't think that for players who are earlier in the game, they don't have the depth of roster to really gonna go about attacking it that way. So I'm curious to hear how you guys are liking or not liking these new RTA changes. And in general, I mean, I don't think that there's anything that they can do to really resurrect RTA other than get rid of RTA. I think this is actually a welcome change overall. Mostly I've heard positive things, but I do know that maybe not everybody is experiencing the same thing, because maybe a roster is just not as big or not as wide to be able to actually take on, to tackle getting all of these knockouts in a day. You may have to do multiple matches in order to be able to get through all of these dailies. So curious to hear what you guys have to say about that. For the Strike Pass, they talked about Strike Pass as well. So Captain Sam, we know that's going to be ending soon. Well, you're going to have another iteration of being able to get Captain Sam again. So that Strike Pass this week, we're going to be getting a double drop. Okay, a double chance, a second round. Yes, that sounds better. Second round of Captain Sam and the Strike Pass. Red Stars for Ultron was also mentioned. I didn't really touch on that much because I don't know, man. The process of getting red stars on Ultron doesn't really feel like Ultron getting red stars really matters. So therefore, like, for instance, I only have 1 red star on Ultron right now because I refuse to open up red stars when there's not a boosted drop rate for characters, because I don't get that many red stars in general. So therefore, I just don't really care that much, right? So it's really kind of going to be up to you. And then they also had this last thing, man. This new meta player guide really got to me this week. I don't know what it was, but so they instead of the blog post didn't actually go out at the time when we expected it, but we got this last little sort of like meta player guide update that just seemed really off. They mentioned Star-Lord here. If you're one of the first hero teams you will likely want to assemble is the Guardians of the Galaxy, as they will eventually let you unlock Star-Lord. I don't know why anybody would want to go for a full Guardians of the Galaxy team. Now, Gamora, yeah. Go after Gamora, go after Nebula, but I don't see why you would want to go after a full Guardians for the Galaxy team. They also mentioned S.H.I.E.L.D. here, the S.H.I.E.L.D. faction, which I get what they were trying to do, right? Yo-Yo's in the raid store, Black Widow, yeah, those are 2 good characters that you could use, but the S.H.I.E.L.D. team, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. I don't know why they did that. And then they talked about best players and teams for returning players. They talked about Yellow Jacket here, which, dude, for a returning player, just so you know, Doom 3-6 is where you have to get Yellow Jacket, and you have to get to, it's going to be quite a while before you get to Yellow Jacket. I mean, It's a late game campaign node, so I don't know, like that's pretty difficult. Yes, the other characters are available, and yes, Jubilee Pimp Tech team can be used to unlock Jubilee, but her Astonishing X-Men team does not include Cable. So that's just one of the things that I want to talk about now, is that just this is really, you got to be really careful when you're providing information like this. I just want to talk about the fact that Cable is not on the Astonishing X-Men team. I don't know. Listen, we were not consulted about this. They threw our names down here somewhere and talked about how we have these amazing content creators. Like, our names are here. Like, it's cool. Like, it's great and all, but damn it, I don't talk about Star-Lord anymore. I don't endorse this. Please don't put my name on Star-Lord. I never endorsed that whatsoever. But I just wanted to talk about that really quickly here. The meta new player guide. If you want some updated new player information, I do that. I try to do it every 2 months. Updated beginner information on my channel. Star-Lord has not been mentioned other than his legendary event rolling around, like I talked about in this video. Star-Lord is not mentioned in any of those new player guides whatsoever. Gamora and Nebula, yes, sure, but never have I mentioned Star-Lord and the Guardians team in the past at least 7 months. But listen, I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video. What are your guys' thoughts here on this patch? Are you excited? Are you excited for this patch? Is there anything that you're specifically looking forward to? Anything that we didn't talk about in this video that you're probably looking forward to as well, guys? But appreciate you guys watching the video so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for some more Marvel Strike Force content here. Take a look at the links that are down below. Join my Discord, all that, guys. Appreciate you guys so very much. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe. Woo-woo. Oh, morning, baby. Come on in. Open the door. Yeah, come on in.